My name is Liza, and I'm from Kennerdell, Pennsylvania. I work for Whalen Contracting. I'm an office manager. I have a husband, Jerry, and 3 boys, Dawson, Dakota, and Dallas. I was always very active and very much a part of their lives and very much a part of what they had going on. I started having some issues, bleeding and stuff like that, and I decided after several months and some forced hands that I would go to the doctor. He gave me a couple options, told me that I could have this procedure called an ablation. So I decided to do that, and when he did that, he took a biopsy. I went back to see him on December 7th, just a routine checkup, routine visit. Went by myself because I never imagined that anything would come of it. He walked into the room, I'll never forget it, and he said, your biopsy showed that there was some kind of sarcoma. And he said, when I see that, I immediately send you to an OB/GYN oncologist. So he sent us down to Pittsburgh to see Dr. Courtney Brooks. In the meantime, they had several people looking at the biopsies, trying to figure out what we had going on. The day came for my surgery. I went in to have a hysterectomy, and they had a pathologist in the operating room with Dr. Brooks, still trying to figure out what kind of cancer we were dealing with. I recovered from the surgery. We were actually shopping in Walmart, and I'll remember the day for the rest of my life. It was February 7th. I answered the phone, and she said, you have Ewing sarcoma. She said, we're gonna have to send you to an oncologist in Pittsburgh at Hillman Cancer Center. That's when I met Dr. Burgess. She was amazing. She called me in. She said, you probably are not prepared to hear what I'm about to say, but you're going to have to do chemo. You're going to have to do 16 rounds of chemo, 5 different types of chemo. It was really earth-shaking. Like, I didn't know a lot about Ewing sarcoma. I knew it was a bone and soft tissue cancer, but I didn't know survival rates. The first thing she said to me was, if I did not do this chemo, I had a 70% chance of it coming back. And I just couldn't, it was a no-brainer for me. Chemo was what had to be done. The first thing I thought about was my hair. So to lose that part of me felt like I was losing part of my identity. So I asked her how long it would take for it to fall out, and she said right after my first treatment it would start falling out. After the first chemo, then that's when COVID hit, and there were all kinds of restrictions. So the next time I went for chemo, which was only my second time going for chemo, I got a phone call that no one was allowed to come with me to the chemo, and to be there by myself with no one was super hard. Thankfully, we have FaceTime and stuff like that. My family FaceTimed me, so that helped get me through it. But Dr. Burgess and Anna would come in and see me, and they were always upbeat, always positive. A lot of people don't get to finish 16 treatments. A lot of people only make it to 8 treatments, and then they can't do anymore. I can't believe that we've made it through all 16 treatments. My kids stayed positive. My husband stayed positive. I was number 50. One of only 50 people in the whole world gets Ewing sarcoma of the uterus. And now I'm 9 months out from chemo. I have started trying to run again. They didn't think that I'd be able to run, but I've pushed and I'm determined. I got affiliated with Pittsburgh Cure Sarcoma because I used to do a car show for my dad, who was deceased in 2013. And we started doing this car show in his memory. And when I got diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, I wanted to help people and help research Ewing sarcoma. So I presented this to Dr. Burgess, and Dr. Burgess introduced me to Pittsburgh Cure Sarcoma. And I decided to do the car show for Pittsburgh Cure Sarcoma now. And we had our first annual this year. We hope to do it every year. If you are someone's support person, just be positive with them. Just, be there for them. I wanted to always be positive for my kids, always look at the bright side of things, always let them know that I'm gonna do it. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it.